Good morning, exquisite women, great business women that are here today. I want to say good morning to you all. Sincerely, I am very, very happy. And I want to say a very big thank you to Dr. Tewe Onosaya and the entire ELOY Business Shower team for this privilege to come and share my thoughts and ideas on this topic I've been given. I'm so happy to be here. This morning, I am going to be talking to us about how to manage our finances effectively, make informed decisions, and achieve long-term success. Sincerely, it is a topic that is very dear to my heart because financial management is something that is key. There is a quote that I have here. It says that financial management is at the heart of any business. And I know here we have business women, but do you know the beautiful thing is that it's not only at the heart of every business, every life requires financial management. It is one area that can help you to drive your business forward and also help you to drive your life forward. I, as a person, I love to talk about finances because everybody handles finances. Everybody deals with it. As little as a child is, you already give the child money. So it is very crucial. And being able to manage it very well, it says a lot. A lot of people know how to make money. A lot of people know ways of making money. A lot of people are even making money. But that gap of managing that money is actually what is very crucial that will help in multiplying the money that you make. So I'm happy talking about this thing this morning. What exactly is effective financial management? Because that's where we're going to be starting from this morning. Effective financial management, it has to do with you being able to handle your money so well, and it helps in long-term success. What does it entail? It entails creating a budget. It entails managing debt. A lot of people have entered into debts that they can't even imagine how to get out of it. It involves you being able to save and invest wisely. And I tell you, it just helps you to make financial decision. It helps you to make effective financial decision. This morning, we're going to be looking into the area, of budgeting. We're going to be looking into the area of savings, of investment, and so many other things that will help us in this. But before I go on, there's something I need to say. You're here, you're a businesswoman, and you're using your personal account for your business account. I want to encourage you that you should stop it today. If you're listening to me, you're here in this auditorium this morning. You have a business. You have a business name. You have registered that business or you're about registering it and you are using your personal account. You have to stop today. You must be able to delineate between your business account and your personal account. So every businesswoman here, after this program, if you don't have a business account, ensure that you open a business account. There are so many benefits to it. Some people want to, you get a job. It has even happened to me personally. You get a job and you get it under the name of your business and they tell you, please give us your business account. Then you say, it's my personal account I'm using. No. So you have to have your own business account. Separate your business funds from your personal funds. It's very crucial for you as a business person. No, it helps you to be able to say, this is my business, this is my money, my own personal money. Your salaries, you put it in your own personal account. Now, another benefit of being able to separate it is that you should you have a need, you want to apply for grants or you want to apply for loans, they are going to ask you for statement of your account. And which statement are they going to ask for? Is your business account. They are not going to tell you to come and give them your personal account. They will ask you for statement of your business account. So every businesswoman here listening to me, I want to encourage you that you should have your business account. I know First Bank is here today. They are going to help us to do that. So we're going to be looking into, this topic that we have ahead of us. What exactly is financial management? I'm going to define it for us so that we can go ahead. It is a process of planning, it's a process of organizing, it's a process of controlling and monitoring your financial resources. Please listen to those words. planning, organizing, controlling, and monitoring your financial resources so that you can achieve organizational or personal financial goals. I talked about it that everybody knows how to make money, but managing it. So we're looking at you being able to organize, being able to control, being able to manage your financial resources so that you can achieve your organizational goals, your business goals, or even your personal goal as a person. Because each time I talk about finance, I talk about financial management, financial planning, I always want to talk about it with respect to personal life and also as well as business life. Why? Because we need it in life. There is nobody that does not use money, that does not use finances. Why? Proper financial management helps you to maintain. It helps you to control your finances. And of course, it helps you to avoid debt. Some people today have taken some debt and they are either depressed, some are even considering suicide. Why? Because they are not able to manage their finances very well. And it also helps you to prepare for future needs. So that is why this topic is very, very important. And I'm so grateful that Eloy has given us this room to talk about it today. To talk about it so that every one of you that are business people here today, you can actually learn to manage your finances. Now, when I was talking, when I was giving the introduction, I mentioned the fact that it requires creating a budget. And that is where I am going to start with this morning. Creating a budget. I define a budget. Of course, there's so many definitions, but I tell people that budget is telling your money, your own money, where to go rather than wondering where it went to. A budget, they will say, is a detailed plan, that outlines how you spend your money, how you expend your money. That's what they will tell you, that is what the budget is. It helps you to say, okay, this is how much I have, this is how much I'm spending. You're able to take it. But like I defined it, my own definition, very simple. It is telling your money where to go rather than wondering where your money went to. Some people, if I just want to do a small analysis now, and I'll tell you, from January till date, we've done about 7 months, right? Okay. How much has passed through your hands? How much revenue have you got? Let me give us 1 minute. Who can quickly do that? Just do a mental calculation. How much has passed through your hands? You will be amazed to see and discover that you've got a lot that has passed through your hands. That is just for 7 months. If I now tell you to look back, maybe in the last 1 year or in the last 2 years or since you started your business, you will be shocked how much has passed through your hands. And that is where the budget comes in. The budget helps you to be able to detail, like I said, it's a detailed plan, to be able to detail how you expend your resources, your financial resources. Now, how do you create a budget? I have written 2 financial books, and I want to encourage you here today to make sure you pick copies of these books before you go. It has a lot of things in it that will help you to have a healthy financial life. I have one for adults, My Pot of Gold. I have another for children, Bisola Visits Her Grandmother. It's at the stand outside. So I want to encourage you to get it before you go. Yes, there's so many things, but I'm going to tell us how to create a budget. But in that book, you will see that there are different types and methods of budgeting. But here I will give us the general overview, of how to create a budget. How do you create a budget? The first thing is to list your income. Every resource that comes to you, every revenue, your sales, you need to list it. What are your sources of income? Okay, you're into fashion. So you sell a cloth, that is your income. Or maybe you also sell accessories, that is part of your income. Or maybe you have shares, that is part of your income. When you get dividend, you should list all your sources of income. That's the first thing to do. How much am I expecting at the end of August? Okay, if I sell this much, this is how much I will get. The other, by the side businesses that I do, this is how much will come in. oh, I invested in a particular shares, or I invested in something, this is how much will come in. You should be able, to say this is how much will come. The next thing is to do what? Is to list your expenses. Some people will say, budget, oh, it inhibits freedom. No, I say budget helps you to make good financial decisions. That's what it does. Because while you're writing it down, okay, if you're a Christian, or you can say, okay, I want to give my tithe, I want to pay myself first. That's the next thing that should come on your budget. Paying yourself first. I'm still going to talk about it, because we're looking at effectively managing our finances so that we can, make informed decisions and achieve long-term success. We're not just interested about now, we're interested about our future, our financial future, being healthy, being wonderful. So we're looking at all of this. So list your income, list your expenses, and then look at it. The moment your expenses exceed your income, you know that there's a problem. So what are you to do? You think either of increasing your income or doing what? Reducing your expenses. That is where the benefit of budgeting comes. Because if you don't detail it, you'll be surprised that you spend more than you earn. But by the time you have detailed it, you'll be able to say, oh, this is how much I'm expecting. This is how much. Then you can make necessary adjustments. The things that you need to, cut down on, the ones that you need to, find a way around it, other alternatives. You'll be able to do that because you have a detailed plan. A lot of people, budget other things. Oh, I want to go to this place at this time. But how many people take time to budget their resources, their financial resources, the money that they earn? Don't spend so much. Don't just spend without you having a plan for it. So that is budgeting. I'm going to go to the next one now. I'm going to go to the next thing now. And what is that? Managing your debt. I talked about the fact that budgeting is, it helps you. Even I tell people, what does budgeting? It does a lot of benefits. A lot. One of the things that it does, it helps you to be frugal. Oh my God. Oh my God. It helps you to be able to, you look at it. Is this thing essential now? It can wait. It gives you the ability to delay gratification. If I stay on budgeting, I'm not just going to be there. But I hope we understand. I just talked about the general, aspect of budgeting. Sincerely, it is something that I can stay on it for hours. Because it helps you, you're able to, even by the time you're writing, you tell yourself, come, is this thing a need or a want? Do you understand? I hope people are getting me, this morning. I hope you understand what, because we're talking about managing our finances. You can't manage your finances effectively if you don't learn to create a budget and live by the budget. Did we get what I said now? You create a budget and you live by the budget. So it's not just for you to sit down and say, oh, this is how I'm going to spend my money. When this money comes, I'll do this, I'm going to buy clothes, I'm going to buy shoes, I'm going to buy food, I'm going to pay house rent, I'm going to do that. Because your rent is going to come, so you have to also budget it and keep it aside for some time. I'm going to talk about savings and investment. You talk about, by the time you're looking at it, I'm going to spend 20,000 on candies, and you may begin to say, come on, if there are other things that I can use, you use that. So that is budgeting. I'll go on to the next one because we're looking at effectively managing our finances. The other one is managing our debt. Truly, people have said it, every business people need debt. Yes. But I always tell people, as much as possible, you have to be careful before taking loans, before taking debt. Yes, you need it in business sometimes. But as much as possible, especially for startups, it is encouraged that you should use, friends and families, other people's money at little or no cost. Or if you can, You can raise your capital. I've had some people say, this business, I need money for it, so I have to go and borrow money. So I'm talking about debt. I'm saying that it's not that you cannot, take loans or something, but you have to be mindful of the interest rates. So as much as possible, you can start a business or even do your business with little or no capital. We've had people start businesses by, using how they do it. They stand in the middle. They take order from this person, go there, take the goods, and so you can actually start a business with what we call goodwill is a currency. You can start a business with relationship capital. But if you have to take loans or debt, I want to encourage you, please, as much as possible, try to take loans that you're sure that, you're going to get the return that will pay the interest. Don't take a loan that will sink you. People not able to manage their debt have found themselves somewhere else. And if you're not able to manage debt, it can affect your financial stability and your ability to multiply your funds. Because you can't be in debt and saying you are saving or investing. You will be looking for how to pay back that debt. So as much as possible, I want to encourage you, to try and avoid, but if you have to, ensure that you use it for something that will produce money. Don't go and take debt to go and buy Ayo-Fashida because we are talking about effectively managing, finances. Don't go and take debt to go and buy Ayo-Fashida or to go and do Owambe. I tell people, don't take the money that you have. Don't borrow the money that you have to impress the people that are not looking at you. You think people are looking at you, then you go and say, I must show them. Who are you showing? Don't show yourself and come and put yourself in depression. If you have to, make sure that what you are taking is something that you're using it, for production, for manufacturing, and you can turn over fast. So I've looked at creating a budget. I've looked at managing debt. I want to look at savings and investment. Don't forget, we're talking about effectively managing your finances. And we're talking about the fact that you need to be able to make informed decisions so that you can be able, to have, long-term success. I've talked about. Now, before I move on to savings and investment, I want to say some things that are very important. I want to say that please, as much as possible, live within your means. These are things that put people in debt when they want to overdo. I don't know if anybody has watched Alakada, Fake Life. Don't live a fake life. Don't want to do more than yourself. Whatever you have, please walk around it. Live within your means. Then I also want to say, avoid spontaneous purchases. You see this, you buy it. You see this, you buy it. Don't forget, I talk about creating a budget. That is one of the things that budgeting helps you to do. Helps you to stop impulse purchases, impulse buying. So as much as possible, please, I want us to avoid buying, spontaneously. Just see to buy it, just see to buy it. No, avoid it. Live within your means. And it's very important that you don't do more than yourself. People will say cut or cut according to your size. Some are saying cut it according to your material. Whatever it is, I'm saying try as much as possible. Don't take a debt that will sink you. Now, saving and investment. Wow, it's this is one of the things that is so dear to my heart. You're in business or you're not even in business and you don't save. Today, let it stop. Are you listening to me? Today, it has to stop. Savings should be a part and parcel of it. It should be a habit. That is it. That's what I tell people. It should be a habit. As soon as you are budgeting, depending on how you do it, number one, if it's tight or you want to give alms. Number two should be pay yourself. Can you repeat after me? Pay yourself. I'm not hearing us. Savings is paying yourself. Keeping a little aside from everything that you earn, everything that you make. That is savings. So you must learn to take a little out of what you earn. And I tell people, I have a lot of analogies that I use, but I'll just use only one. What savings does, the advantage of savings. If you're standing on a tiled floor and somebody is standing on a rug, imagine you falling down on the tiled floor. What's going to happen? and you fall on the side that has the rug, the impact, the negative impact of the somebody falling on the tiled floor will be more than the person falling on the rug. So that is what savings does for you. Savings is like a cushion for times, of famine, times of difficulty. Imagine if you have kept money aside and you go to the hospital and they say, oh, that treatment is going to cost 100,000. You say, oh, doctor, I have only 30,000. Please take it. I'm coming back. They will attend to you more or first. There's someone that gets and say, doctor, God will bless you. God will bless you, doctor. Just treat for me. I'm coming. Savings. So that is keeping aside a little of everything that you earn. And what is investment? Investment is taking that thing which you have kept aside into somewhere that will generate more money, more profit. And there's so many investment vehicles. So many. We have fixed deposits, we have savings that has high interest rates, we have stocks, we have bonds, we have mutual money, we have real estate. There are so many of them. Of course, if you need more, more of this, you can please reach out to me on my Instagram handle or any social media handle. One word, icon of fragrance. Don't forget, I have my finance books outside. I want to encourage you to pick them. We have for children and we have for you as an adult. So please pick those things. There are more detailed information there. Now, we're talking about making informed decisions. How do you make informed decisions? You have to research. It's important that you know where your treasure is. Your heart should be there. So before you put your treasure anywhere, you need to know about it. Learn about it. Know a little about the investment you want to do. And of course, there's space for us as professionals. You can consult professionals. You want to buy into stock, get a qualified stockbroker or an investment banker or a financial consultant like myself. You can reach out to me. It may not be free. However, no problem. Please make sure you consult professionals before you take financial decisions. Just as you go to the doctor to see the doctor, you also should consult financial, and also as much as possible manage your risk. That is why when you consult people, they'll help you to diversify your portfolio so that you can tell you where to put money. Now, there are so many budgeting tools. We have some of them online, tools like Mint. We have investment platforms. I know some of us have some apps like Bamboo, Optimus, and all of that. We have all of that. And then, of course, you can get financial education. One of it is this. So please appreciate ELOY Business Shower for this. This is a platform to get financial education. We keep learning. Don't say, oh, I attended ELOY. I've attended this. I've been hearing about this finance. I've been hearing about savings. What's my own? Please keep learning about it. It's very, very important. And of course, I want to say there are some common financial pitfalls. I'll just mention maybe one or two because of our time. I would say that don't live, living beyond your means. I've talked about that. Don't live beyond your means. Lack of emergency funds. Yes, I'm going to mention that. One of the things that savings also does for you is that you can, I've had people say, oh, you said we should save minimum of 10%. This savings, you're the same person telling us investment. You're the same person telling us about retirement. You're the same person telling us about emergency fund. What I tell people is this: from this 10% you have saved, you can also break it into percentages. You can say 30% goes to your emergency fund. You can say 30% goes to retirement, 40% goes to maybe investment or whatever it is. But make sure that you have an emergency fund, because it will rain. If you say it's not going to rain, I don't need umbrella, you get where to when it rains. So you should have an emergency fund. Another pitfall, financial pitfall that people have is that they ignore retirement savings. We are all growing older. That's the truth. And you need to plan for the future. So you need to plan for a time where you are not so active. At that time, you have passive income where you are just sleeping and you are hearing totom. That's a lot, you understand? So you should also plan for that. Another, pitfall is that people, they make financial decision based on emotion. He's my friend, so let me help him and let me buy that shares because they say I should buy it. As much as possible, I want to say we should not make financial decision based on emotion. It should be logical and we should reason it out. And in conclusion, because of time, I have to just squeeze everything, but I believe that we've got a lot in this short section. Effective financial management, I said, is that continuous process. It's continuous, and it requires discipline, it requires education, and of course regular review. And I must tell you that, don't forget, I talked about creating a budget, I talked about managing a debt, I talked about savings, and I talked about investing. And I said, of course, if you want to make informed decisions, please don't make it based on emotions or on sentiments. Make sure that you reason it out. And that's why when you consult professionals, they are able to look at things for you and tell you, okay, go this way, do it this way. Please, as much as possible, let's continue to learn. And I want to say that we should make use of several resources available to us so that we can continue to manage our finances, we can continue to make informed decisions, and of course achieve long-term success. Once again, I want to say thank you for this opportunity. Like I said, on all social media, I am Icon of Fragrance. On Instagram, I am live. So please do well to have, if you have questions, you can do well to ask. And like I said, I have my finance books outside. Take advantage of them. Once again, thank you so much, ELOY Business Shower, for this privilege. And I know that we've learned a lot. If there are questions, feel free to ask. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.